We are in Jönköping in Sweden, and we are going to ask strangers if there's something from the past that they feel ashamed for. Now, before we do that, I want to remind you that when you watch the video, think about a friend who may be inspired or encouraged by this video too, that you can share with them. That is how we spread kindness together. All right, let's go. What is something from your past that you're ashamed for?
Oh my god. Honestly, I'm ashamed that I've been talking about people in a way that I think that I shouldn't talk, because we are all people and we all make mistakes, and that's part of life. So yeah, I feel ashamed of that.
How does that still affect you today?
Yeah, sometimes yes. Sometimes, yes.
In what way?
I feel bad for it, and if I get reminded, and if I get in a situation where I get reminded of those dramatic situations, I feel bad. Yeah.
How do you cope with it then?
I try to forgive myself, but I also it has been situations where I have asked for forgiveness too, and I think that to ask for forgiveness, it's hard, but you need to do it, and it helps. It's healing, and it's healing yourself, and it's not only for yourself, also for the person that's been in the situation. Yeah, with you.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? I'm a bit impatient at sometimes, which something when I was younger it was a problem, and but I have worked on that now, so I guess that's something. Some situations that I will look back on, that's a bit ashamed for that. Yeah. That's.
Well, this sounds deep, but other people's opinion affecting you?
Yeah.
A lot, I think.
Yeah, trying to be someone else when you're younger. Yeah.
How are you dealing with that now?
Finding people who are accepting that you don't.
They don't judge you for silly things. Yeah.
And does it still affect you from back in the day?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's sad when you think back. Yeah.
In what way does it affect?
Well, I guess like sometimes you view yourself like in a way that's not healthy, even though you know like you shouldn't do that. So yeah.
Super tricky question, I must say. In the past that I feel ashamed of.
Feel ashamed of? There are some things maybe in life that I've felt that, maybe I could have done differently, but I never dwell over it, because that's part of life, you learn from your mistakes. But there's nothing that, I don't sleep well overnight over, so I don't have any regrets that way, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend before who cheated on me like 6 times, and then I did the decision to cheat on he too. So I'm ashamed of it, but I think in my mind it's a bit okay because he cheated on me like 6 times, but I'm ashamed of it.
How does that affect you today, if anything? Does it still?
It affects me a bit because people ask me if I am in a relationship, have you ever cheated? And I don't want to say that I have cheated, but it's a bit difficult.
Have you forgiven yourself?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I've been mean to people that I am ashamed of. When I've been drunk and said things to other people. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it in a way that now, like after reflection, you have changed something, or?
Yes, I try to be kinder, of course. So I've thought about it and I feel ashamed about it. But I have to move on, you know. All you can do is learn from the mistakes and try to be a better person. Yeah.
Do people know how to answer these questions? It's not. But yeah. Maybe like being a typical girl, or like talking shit about people without like having any thoughts about it. I would say when you were young, you did stupid things, talked about people. I would say.
What I feel ashamed of? Maybe when I divorced to my first husband, because I changed for my children, because they get sad. I think that, yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
How so?
Well, you can't change the past to there anyway. It's done, it's done.
Really hard question to answer. You surprised me actually. It's a lot of things I want to think a bit deeper. Maybe some people I was not nice enough to them and they pass away. Yeah, that's make me think about it all the time. Yeah, maybe that's a shameful part. I need to go back in time. What is if not possible, and fix that behavior maybe. Yeah, that's thing to my mind right now.
Any specific example that you wouldn't mind sharing?
Yeah, I miss my grandmother actually. He was really nice to me, but I didn't have enough time to visit her or be there when she needs me actually. Yeah, that thing bothered me a lot.
How do you deal with those feelings of shame?
Yeah, I would say I let time be a remedy, but I cannot do anything about that right now. As she passed away like 8 years ago, well, I miss them every day. Miss her every day. Yeah. I wish that I be there more for her when I have time. I would like occupy myself with a lot of works. I didn't find enough time to visit her until it's become a bit late. Yeah, that's the thing I would say.
Something that I became ashamed of. Like many years ago, about 21 years ago, in Rostat, we was making barbecue in 7th floor, and all policemen and firemen, everyone is coming, and I was really ashamed. Maybe there is some words, but we cannot talk about it. It was shame. I was shame for our neighbors. Also, when everyone was coming out and we was still in, we didn't know that there is so many firemen and police and everyone was coming out, and we was still sitting inside and eating our food. And when we saw in the 6th floor the fireman with a slat to and asking in the balcony where is burning, and we looked down. That was shame, I think.
The question is, what is something from your past that you feel ashamed for?
I think not being nice to other people, because sometimes you can be really mean to others without really realizing it. And also, you think about it afterwards and then you realize that you actually didn't do something good for other people.
Yeah, I think that I feel ashamed of how I've behaved to people that I know deep down that they I know how they're feeling, but I like treat them with anger or something anyways, because I don't even know why, but that's something I feel ashamed of.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that today, or how have you dealt with it earlier?
I don't really know. I think starting to think about it later on makes it easier to not make the same mistakes again.
Yeah, I feel like I think about it to try to learn to behave out in another way next time. I guess. Yeah.
Maybe when I was young, maybe.
Anything you could remember? Or?
A lot of things.
Is there one in particular that you could share? Or?
Yeah. Little things like when you are drunk or something like that, do something stupid.
I make wrong for my mom. I feel sorry. If I could be back, I could be say, my mom forgive me. Now it's memory, but I'm forgot it because I must positive about how to could be good to another one on the world. We must kind to everybody. This is good. I think because we can friendly to everybody. It's good for the world, I think.
Oh, wow. That's a hard question. Maybe that I haven't always been that inviting to people. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could have been more inviting friends and so everyone feel included.
Does it still impact you like those?
Yeah, I always think of asking people so everyone feel included, and it's not a nice feeling to be left alone.
I'm ashamed of being an asshole at school when I was young. I probably disturbed a lot of my classmates being just a clown. Yeah, that's I'm a bit ashamed of that.
When did you first start feeling that?
As an adult, probably around 25 years old, I realized I got bad grades. That's my own fault, but I probably disturbed or a lot of my classmates during both secondary and upper secondary school. Yeah.
What then did you do? How did you deal with that?
Well, I couldn't do much. Time has passed. I think I kind of figure out that if I'm going to change something, it's starting now and into the future. I have to learn something about how I behaved, but I can't change the past, so I have to change as a person now.
And how has it changed you?
I'm a much kinder person now than I used to be. A much nicer person. When I went to school, I had a lot of adult people around me, teachers, who had a lot of patience with me. So I was a troublemaker at school, not violent, but I was like a clown. But when I got to be an adult, I actually have always enjoyed school as a place. So I went to university and I got a teaching degree, and I used to teach at upper secondary school, and I've been working as a headmaster for a lot of years, and now I'm I'm not a headmaster anymore, but I'm the supervisor of headmasters. So I'm still working at school. So I've been working at school since, well, I think I've been there for 15 years now. Yeah. So have patience with the troublemakers at school. Be a good person, even to those who you think might not need it. They will need it later on.
Wow! Oh my God! A lot! The worst thing is actually how I treated people that I love. That's the worst part. Yeah, I was young, stupid. I wish I knew better. Yeah, if I had this experience that I have now, I would probably love more and be less so unthankful. Yeah, that's what I actually would. Only one thing, right? Because I have a lot. I have a lot of stupid, crazy stuff that I did.
What is the biggest lesson that you've learned from it all?
The biggest lesson that I learned is that it costs you much more as a person to be a bad person than to be a kind person. Because if you're kind, then you will always have your clear conscience, you will always be in balance with yourself, and you won't feel bad. There is no burden that you to carry with you. So I would say that it costs much more to be a bad person. So kindness is really, really important, not for everyone, not only for everyone, but also for yourself. Because people think that kindness is just to be kind to other people, but you should be, when you're kind to other people, you're kind to yourself. Yeah, that's what I learned so far.